know these Linux permissions to manage access to your system resources. Whether you are a beginner or an intermediate user, understanding Linux permission is crucial for managing file and directory access rights effectively. So, let's get started and empower ourselves with this essential knowledge. Before we dive into the practical part, let's establish a solid foundation. Linux permissions evolve around three key entities: users, groups, and others. Each file and directory in Linux has an owner, a group, and the permissions associated with it. The owner is the user who created the file, while the group represents a collection of users with similar access requirements. Finally, others encompass all users not covered by the owner or group. Now let's explore the permissions themselves. In Linux, we have three basic permissions: read, write, and execute. These permissions can be assigned to the owner, group, and others individually. To view the permission of file or directory, we can use the command ls-l. The output displays a series of characters representing the permissions for the owner, group, and others, respectively. For example, if you see rwx, r-x, triple dash, it means the owner has read, write, and execute permissions. The group has read and execute permissions, while others have no access at all. But how do we modify these permissions? Well, Linux provides the chmod command for that purpose. It allows us to add or remove specific permissions for users, groups, and others. To modify permissions, we use the chmod command followed by a combination of numbers and symbols. The numbers represent the permission values, while the symbols indicate which permissions to add or remove. To set the permission using numbers, you must first understand that the input is done by entering 3 digits. A sample permission string would be chmod 640 and the name of file, for instance, test1.txt, which means the owner has read and write permissions, the group has read permission, and all other users have no rights to the file. The first digit represents the owner permission, the second represents the group permission, and the third digit represents the permission for all other users. Now, where do these digits come from? The digits are a binary representations of the rwx string. R for read is 4, W for write is 2, and X for execute is 1. The digits are in the range of 0 to 7 for each entity, where 0 means no access and 7 is full access. By adding these digits together, you form the permissions that make up one digit. For instance, 4 plus 2 plus 1 equal to 7, meaning read, write, and execute permissions. For example, chmod 755 test.txt grants the owner read, write, and execute permissions, while the group and others receive read and execute permissions. It's worth noting that symbol notation can also be used with chmod to modify permissions. This approach allows for more granular control, specifying the permission explicitly. For example, chmod plus x script.sh adds the execute permission for all entities, owner, group, and others. With symbolic notation, we can use letters like U for the owner, G for the group, and O for others, followed by symbols like plus or minus for add or remove permissions accordingly. For example, chmod plus X, U, the name of file or directory, give the execute permission to the owner of the file or directory. Mastering Linux permissions is vital for maintaining security and managing file access effectively. If you enjoyed this crash course on Linux permissions, don't forget to share it with your friends.